Hello.
Hello.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday. You were just beatboxing into your mic a second ago.
I was.
Are you going to share that with the folks or
Wow, that's a lot of pressure. I don't think so. I think that was still in the workshop.
Okay.
You know, it's still in the lab. I'm figuring it out.
All right. Well, I'll just tell people that it sounded really good, so maybe someday it'll make it onto here.
Cool. Perhaps. That'd be a good postlude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or outro. I'll beatbox our outro someday.
Sounds good.
Anyway. So, by the way, you are killing it on the Twitter account.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Like our social media presence is legit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep up with it, and posting GIFs and pretending like I'm an experienced social media manager.
Uh-huh. An experienced social media manager would say GIF, but
well, they'd be wrong.
My God. Okay. We're gonna come back to this.
Are we doing that?
We don't have 2 hours. No, it's awesome. Like I love seeing. Like I think you're striking a nice balance of like retweets and saying stuff, and I like the header image and the icon, and it just looks good.
Good. Yeah, I'm having fun with it.
Good work. Yeah, that's cool. What's up with you? I saw you shipped something. I saw your daily digest.
Yes. That one felt really good to ship. I think I talked about it last recording, and I was like slogging through it. It turned out to be a bigger feature than I initially envisioned because there's time zones and there's HTML email formatting. And
you're kidding. The feature was bigger than you thought it would be?
Well, I don't know why.
Never happens in development.
I don't know. I was just like, how hard could it be? I'm just going to query the database, pull out some stuff. Like I need to tell people a count and just a preview of their posts that are in their inbox. Like how hard can that be? But once I started like scoping it out, obviously I realized that this was no small feature. I wrote a journal entry about it today, so kind of talked a little bit about the details of that at leveljournal.com. I reached a point on, I think it was Wednesday maybe, when I was like, okay, I think it's about ready to go. I'm going to, I started out with Postmark's email templates, which kind of just have like basic styles and table layout and stuff like that. That's kind of basically responsive. I was like, I'm using a table for everything. This feels good. This feels correct. And then I started actually doing my first like real tests through hitting Postmark, having it land in my Gmail inbox. And the first one obviously just looked completely catastrophic, like totally wrong. I was like, what is going on? I was under the impression that Postmark would automatically inline your CSS styles for you, which is kind of a critical step for HTML email because, of course, you can't just pass a style block or a style sheet to an email client. They will not honor that. So you have to literally have like all your styles in a style attribute on every element in your email in order for it to render properly. And I was thinking, like, Postmark, I'd read somewhere that somewhere in their docs, I remember reading the line that, like, will automatically inline for you. So I was like, awesome, I don't even have to worry about this. And it turns out it's only if you use, like, their templates feature and you, like, pass, like, a blob of data and they will, like, string swap in your data and inline the template. But you have to, like, set up the template on their service or whatever. So that wasn't going to really work with how I'm designing it. So I was like, great, now I have to worry about this. And it's just funny when you reach that point in a building a feature where like I was mentally committed to like, I'm going to ship this today. This is going to be the day it's going to go out. And then just the letdown you feel when like you realize this could be another week's worth of work. I started Googling like what are the options for inlining styles in emails in Elixir because, I knew what it was in Ruby. There's the pre-mailer gem, which is sort of like creaky and old, but still kind of works. And everyone just uses it, even though it's like not really actively maintained. So I'm like, great, what's the situation like in Elixir land? And I found one that was like someone created and they're like, yeah, I just needed this. And it has like 100 stars or something on GitHub. So appears to be not a wildly popular library. So I'm just like, fingers crossed, this actually works for me. It's pre 1.0. I hope it just does what I need it to do. Initially, when I ran it, it was like horribly broken. And I was like, oh, great. Well, what am I going to do now? Like, I'm going to install some like node utility and try to shell out to that for my Elixir code. And what am I going to have to do? So I was just having kind of a freak out moment that day. But then I was like, okay, I'm going to change my location. I went to a coffee shop down the road. I like ordered the best craft espresso drink I could.
Smart. I like it.
Got in my favorite seat in that place. It's like the right amount of visual activity from the street that I can look up and look out at. It's kind of interesting. Like I tried to set my environment up just right. to make myself happy.
Dude, that is so savvy.
Yeah.
I love that move.
And then just roll up my sleeves and like, okay, I'm gonna dig into this and see if I can get this shipped today. What is it gonna take? There's like one CSS style that had an asterisk in it, so it was like applying to all elements. The inliner library was trying to put CSS styles on like the style tag itself and some other tags that it really shouldn't have been mucking with, and that was like breaking everything. So once I fixed that one style, like it started rendering nearly perfectly.
Yeah.
So I was like, yes!
You needed the time. Yeah, you needed the time to focus
Yeah.
and like actually dig into and find that little thing.
Right. Because I initially started with just assuming that, like, great, this library is too young. It has too many edge cases that aren't covered. It's just not going to work. And I kind of just jumped to that conclusion before, like, just relax, take a chill pill for a second and try to just debug this thing. And
That is some real good brain hacking.
yeah.
I gotta applaud you for that right there.
Oh, thank you.
That's like smart way of like knowing yourself and having a strategy.
Yeah.
That's people pay attention to that. That's some savvy for sure.
If there's one thing I've learned in this process about like managing your psychology, it's like try something. And it would have been bad for me to just continue to sit here and not change anything about my environment or try to like pull one of the tools out of my tool belt for figuring out how to like change my perspective on things. And so, yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
That's awesome. That's cool. And by the way, I wanted to mention that your post on doing this is also worth reading for a lot of people because you are someone that has done a lot of like, and then periodically we should email some people some stuff. And what are the gotchas and what should you think about as you design that feature? You've probably thought about that more than almost anybody.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting reading your notes on that because there were some like really smart design decisions in there that I thought were
cool.
Showed your battle scars.
Yeah. It did bring back some memories when I'm like, oh, so I'm writing a thing that needs to schedule an email to send at a specific time of day. This feels familiar.
You might think about taking that stuff from that post and like you could share that post to like the programming subreddit or something. I think if you positioned it maybe a tiny bit differently and we're just like how to design a reliable email job or something like that, some sort of thing, that could be really popular. I think people would like that.
So I actually just wrote that post an hour before we just hopped on this call. And I've been trying with my journal posts not to spend more than like half an hour to an hour writing them because I just want them to be, I want to be able to produce a high volume of them and not waste too much time editing and stuff. But as I was writing this one, I was feeling like this could be a bigger post that I actually spend a little bit more time on and give a little bit more concrete details and stuff. So yeah, maybe
it was worth it. The care you took in it definitely came through.
Cool. Yeah.
It's good writing.
Thank you.
I love good writing. Anything else going on with you? So how do you feel shipping that feature? That was a big one for you.
Yeah, that was a really big one. I feel really accomplished getting that shipped, and I knew it was vital. There were people who had things sitting in their level inboxes that they didn't know was there. So I've already spoken to a few people and they're like, oh yeah, it was good. Yeah, I didn't even realize I had stuff in there. So it kind of looped me back in. So that's exactly what it's supposed to do. So
Nice. It was fun for me to get it. I was like, oh, hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Level just emailed me. Derek effectively wrote me an email.
Yep.
with code and CSS.
Yep. I wrote that code just for you, Ben.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Cool. So yeah, I got a bunch of stuff this week.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I had a call with someone from a company that everybody would know in our world, and they're like, "Hey, yo, can we get in on this alpha thing?" And I was like, "This is very cool. I would love to have this particular group in because it would give us a little bit of cred, and also I think they would give really good feedback." And the great thing about that was at one point I was going to ask, like on my list of sales questions is like, how did you hear about Tuple? I'm trying to figure out what's working on the marketing side. And he said, before I even asked him, he's like, every time we complain about our pairing tools, someone mentions Tuple.
Ah, nice.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. It's like hashtag marketing is kind of hashtag working.
Your branding is already starting to pay off, right? Where it's just awareness of what you're doing.
Totally.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels really good. And who knows which particular thing it is, but like the combined efforts seem to be getting the word out there.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So I was just talking to Spencer and Joel, and I think we're at this point where it's time to set a deadline for our alpha.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
Yeah. How long have you been wanting to say that?
A long time. Every deadline
really?
I've set, I'm like, Ben, when's yours? But I didn't want to push too hard because I know you guys got a lot of technical stuff to, a lot of hurdles to cross. But no, I think that'll be good.
That's fair. Yeah, no, it's time. And so we're going to sit down on Monday and sort of figure out what that is. Let's look at the list and come up with something. But I think it's time, and we're close enough that we can make a reasonable guess, which feels really good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm psyched for that. I have like a fun new side project I'm working on.
Yeah.
I'm making another course.
Okay.
I have been having so much fun designing this landing page.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. You showed me last week your first cut at it, and I was like pleasantly surprised that like, oh, Ben produced this. I mean, because I know you're not a designer by trade, and yet you're managing to produce stuff that looks like a designer touched it. So it's pretty awesome.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that was very gratifying. I shared a screenshot of it, or a little bit of it last night on Twitter, and someone's like, I love the design. Who did this? And I was like, it was me. I did it. It was like so cool. Like I've never gotten that compliment in my life. So it was super gratifying. I got to tell you this workflow. So I have my editor. I'm splitting my screen like half and half. And on the left, I have the Vim with my page open. And on the right is Chrome auto refreshing, like as it rebuilds and stuff. And just that situation where like make a change over here, save it, and immediately refreshes and I can see it is just so nice. Especially because I'm using Tailwind. And so it's like I'm not flipping between style sheet and HTML and whatnot. It's like I'm just in the HTML tweaking stuff. I feel so fast. I can like do things now.
Man. Yeah. If you're ever doing a session like that and you feel like it would be appropriate to do so, it'd be fun for you to like turn on your screencaster and just like record you doing that. I think that'd be really
totally
cool.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do something like that pretty soon. I felt like maybe too insecure, I guess, or just like it wouldn't be entertaining enough because I was too slow. But now it's starting to get to the point where like I'm passable ish. And so it's like I could stream something about this. I think could be cool.
Yeah.
It was nice too. Like I got some feedback. So I've been sending this design around to a bunch of people, and I got some feedback from Steve Schoger. Mm-hmm. There we go. Finally got him in. It's been 13 minutes and we haven't mentioned him yet. And he was like, "Oh, like you might want to try like some different backgrounds to like kind of give some visual interest to the page." And that's like such a big change because I had a bunch of stuff already designed, and it was like, okay, like this background color goes from like gray to purple or something, and then all the text on it has to change, and a bunch of other things have to change. And so I was like, oh, this sounds like an intimidating amount of work. And I just sort of gritted my teeth. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do a branch. Like I kind of don't want to make this a big thing, but let me just open up, like start a branch and like start doing it. And I started walking down that path, and like didn't take that long. And I was like, okay, I'm starting to see how this might work. I was talking to Adam and I was like, dude, this is 50% amazing and 50% arduous, where it's like, why does this look bad? How do I make this better? Like try this, try that, try this, try that. Like so much trial and error. But slowly, like it's certain things are starting to click.
Honestly, like that's a great way, I feel like, to get better at design is trial and error. Like it is a totally valid approach. Even if you're an experienced designer, you're really just leaning on existing learnings you've had about like, I just have a gut feel about the amount of padding I should put here. But until you've done it, you actually don't know. But a framework like Tailwind just gives you like a handful of utilities and you just try them out. And it's not like enter an arbitrary pixel number and then try to stay consistent with that. You know what I mean?
Right. So, yeah, exactly. It's like margin top 3. No. 4? No. 5? Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
It feels so fast and open to experimentation, and I'm really into it.
If you didn't have like some kind of framework with utilities like that to play off of, you know, you may have taken the route of like, I'm going to learn some Sketch and learn how to like mock things up and like play around with designs over there, and then we'll like slice that into HTML and CSS later. There would be a much higher bar for you to have gotten into web design, you know, if you had to like learn Sketch and all that.
I don't like it as an intermediate step.
Yeah.
Like, I guess if I were doing a lot of designing and like coming up with like quick mock-ups were really important, then I think the payoff would probably be there for that. But for me, it's like you're investing in this thing that's not the thing. It's not the final product. So why spend a lot of time there?
Yeah, and I think it's very common. Like this is something that the Basecamp team has talked about forever, where they just try to get into the final medium as quickly as possible because one, you just can't really play with a design in a mock-up tool or in something like Sketch the same way you can with HTML. So like just feeling it is not the same. And there's a lot of value in that. If you're investing in placing things on the page in a certain like system, you might as well be doing it in HTML. And I've always ascribed to that too. I enjoy designing in HTML much better.
One downside of this design stuff is that I was totally stalling on launching this course because I want to just keep working on the design. Like now I have this thing where it's like I get to obsess about every little bit. And I was like, oh, maybe I should go buy like some icons and like put some icons over here. And then it's like, okay, which icon set do I want to buy? And like, maybe I'm stalling again. I may need some deadlines in a couple places. There's like a whole farm of bike sheds now that I can look out
Exactly.
upon and paint any individual one, any of 1,000 colors.
It's bike sheds all the way down.
It totally is. Yeah. But I did want to share a couple things that helped me out, like how I got a little bit better, which is what you already touched on, which is just copying existing things. So when I was like, what's a good way to do a form input kind of thing? I would just go look at a few of them, like go look at the Tuple landing page that Steve designed or a few other things. Like I would go look at Adam's stuff or level stuff and just be like, what have other people done? Like, oh, I like that. And you can just basically rip off the heart of it without totally copying it visually. That was helping a lot. I also have been reading Steve's design tweets and watching his refactoring UI screencasts, which are super cool, where he like starts with a UI and then like redoes it in the video. That is like great. It's like live coding for design. It's fabulous. The last thing for me that I think is kind of important is having friends who will tell you when it's not that good.
Yeah.
Having friends with high standards and who are willing to be like, it's fine as is, but like you could make it better this way.
Yeah.
It's so useful.
Yeah, and there's a lesson there. If you're a friend with an expertise, don't just be nice, like be honest.
Yeah, I think exactly. That's very good advice. So anyway, so this thing that I'm doing, it's time to get out there so I can stop stalling on design. There's still more design stuff I want to do, but by the time people hear this, it's going to be out there. It's called Habits for Hackers, and it's at habitsforhackers.com. So I read Atomic Habits recently, or I've read most of Atomic Habits recently. Nonfiction.
Keep yourself honest.
Yeah, it's nonfiction. How do you get through all of it, really? Mm-hmm. James Clear brings up this point that I think is great, which is your success is so much a lagging indicator of the habits you do. And I love that point. And I was like, I want to get a little more serious about the habits that I'm doing because I'm in a kind of a crucial phase of my life right now. And I was like, I should get a group of people together to like do habits with me because I've had good success in the past of like accountability buddies making me get more done of a habit. And then I was like, I should put like a course/community of people together who want to practice good development/work habits. And so that's what this landing page talks about. I'm going to keep it a little bit vague intentionally because I want people to actually go check out the page. I came up with 4 habits that I think are kind of key. Like they're what I want to practice, and I think they're what most people should be practicing if their goal is like a good, productive, healthy, doing those things at work, having a good career, staying healthy while you're doing it, feeling good while you're doing it.
Yeah. And this sounds like great content. It's an excellent domain, habitsforhackers.com.
Thank you. Thanks.
Surprised that was available. That's good.
It was $50,000.
Yeah. Just dipping right into that runway, huh?
Yeah. We should just pretend every time someone says a domain is nice, you should just tell them it was a huge number as if it's no big deal.
That'd be great.
Yeah. I love the domain too.
I have a question. And probably listeners are curious about this. So like you're obviously building Tuple during the day, like that's your sole focus, but then there's this other project. So like what function is this serving for you?
That's a great question. So it's very much a side hustle for me. So this is like, let me extend my personal runway to keep working on Tuple. I brought it up with Spencer and Joel before I launched this or like even committed to it for sure. Cause I was like, I want to make sure that you guys know that like the purpose of this course in my mind is to fund me to work on Tuple. Like it is Tuple enabling very much in my head. And Tuple is very much the priority.
Yeah. You're thinking like a bootstrapper and it's good. It's like, how can I make sure that my runway is not going to run out? And I think it's smart. Like if you have the bandwidth to do it, then I think it's a smart thing.
I do actually. Yeah. Like I don't think it will interfere. I actually have a fair amount of time on like evenings and weekends. Like I have a number of hobbies that I don't want to do more of. Like I want to do less of them. There's like stuff I do to waste time on my off hours. It's like I could just turn that into working on side project and have it be so much more productive and better. So I'm doing that. So I talked to both Spencer and Joel, and they're both like cool with it. They're both like, oh yeah, absolutely. No, didn't seem to have any trouble or concerns with it. So yeah, so I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Cool. So when does that launch?
So that domain is live right now. You can go see it when this comes out. It will be there. You can sign up. My plan right now is to recruit people / sell people. It will be paid, and then run it starting in early January. Do a kind of like a New Year's, new you. Let's start building some awesome habits, kick off the year, right?
Yep. Makes sense to capitalize on that.
Yeah. It's just like the holidays are coming up. Like why make a thing happen now? Why execute on a thing? Mm-hmm. Let's get ready and then hit it in January.
Nice. Is it going to be a lot of writing you're going to be doing? Are you going to do videos? Like, do you know the format?
I don't quite.
Okay.
I think video feels right for this.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of things I want to say and emote and such. And so I think I might do it. Like, there are a number of people that get kind of irked by video because they're like, oh, it's slower to take in than text. And that's true, but there's things you can't really convey in writing as well as video. So I think it might be primarily video with a sort of community forum-y component.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I can't wait to check it out.
Well, thanks. Yeah, it feels good to get that out there. Man, that design procrastination is real.
It is.
I was like, maybe in a couple of weeks I'll do it, and I gotta get this thing and this page. I was like, oh,
yeah,
come on, dude.
I was actually doing this the other day. It was nighttime, and I was not going to be like working on features or anything, but I just had a period of time where I could just sit and kind of do random things on level. And so I just decided, like, I'm going to just polish the landing page a little bit. And sometimes it can be fun if you have a little bit of extra time where you can just grant it to yourself to, like, I'm just going to use this time to fully know that this is not critical for me to be doing, but I just enjoy, like, making little micro improvements. So I, like, added some little, like, drop shadow effects to the screenshots to make them pop off the page a little bit more, and added a hero pattern to the footer and a few other things. Contemplated buying a $300 font that looks almost identical to the font that I have right now, but, like, I can appreciate it.
I like that you contemplated.
I may not publicly admit if I actually do it, and, you know, you'll just have to, like, notice yourself, but
That's hilarious.
yeah.
I feel that, I mean, like, you would know.
Oh yeah.
Like, you would know how much effort you put into that, having a good typeface.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, good sesh, man.
Yeah.
That's good chatting. I think that's it for me.
Cool. Yeah. Should we wrap it today?
Let's wrap it.
All right. Show notes can be found at artofproductpodcast.com.
Thanks to all of you for listening.
Yes, thank you.
Have a great week.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.